And that's another thing too. I think sometimes brothers, knowledge builds destroy degree. What's the duty of a civilized person? The duty of a civilized person teach you to have civilization, righteousness, knowledge, substance, everything in life, love, peace, and happiness. Sometimes I think people just jump to the knowledge itself, and then you realize there's certain civilization and righteousness that's lacking. So they could talk about the history of the culture. They could go through the degrees. But like, let's say if a brother is talking about, he'll tell you like the planet Earth is the most precious jewel, and we can only rise higher than the planet Earth. But I see you littering. Okay, you saying one thing, but I'm seeing if you saying the black woman is equated to planet Earth, right? But you live in the Earth, so there's some discrepancy right there. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The knowledge and wisdom is there, but obviously it's a lack of understanding. And if there's a lack of understanding, it's gonna affect your ability to live it out, culture. So.
But I was interested back in the day. I remember I was with somebody, and we had knowledge. And so somebody threw, a piece of paper on the ground, and God said, "Civilized people use a garbage can."
That's simple.
It's that simple, and that stuck with me. Mm-hmm. Just that alone, that stuck with me. So, sharing the language amongst your peers and sharing amongst your peers, there are gonna be people who's gonna enter your cipher, and they're gonna pick that up and they're gonna take that with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I like this idea, talking mathematics. So, are y'all gonna have like pamphlets? How y'all gonna?
Nah, no pamphlets.
Graphics or something like that.
I mean, we could do flyers, promoters and stuff, but we want it to be more like not somebody not like a preacher, or we want it to be engaging. You know what I'm saying? So people come. It's not gonna be like it's a class where me and him just going like mathematics is this and that. It's all so what you did today? What you got going on? Okay, today's the build a short degree. Did you see how that applies to your day? And I think one time when people realize how, this is not just some fairy tale concepts. I built Industry today. It's like, okay, everything is real. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes they can't make those connections. So I think once you start with the foundation and make a strong foundation, people will be able to make the connections themselves. And I realize, like I said, once people have a strong foundation, they build themselves up, the understanding is clear, as opposed to, let's say, everybody has their start. You going around saying wisdom is a wise words, and 5 years, 10 years later, you saying that, and I say, okay, well, what else is wisdom? And you can't really say that. Or like boom, we say, what is the meaning of civilization? What having knowledge, wisdom, understanding, cultural refinement, it's not a savage pursuit of happiness, right? But also, if you look it up, civilization is a person or society showing evidence of moral and intellectual advancement. It's also one who is humane, reasonable, and ethical. But if you just know the knowledge God degree and you taking that on face value, you're not researching other definitions of civilization, you will go around saying that, and then when somebody who 85 for okay, knowledge was understand. What that mean? You but like, you know what I'm saying? Or even civilization is also the laws and rules that people have and how we interact with each other. So if you're saying you're a civilized person, we talk about all wise and civilized, before we even open our mouth, people should see it by the way we interact with ourselves and everything around us. Because if we're saying it's 85% of the people are uncivilized, anybody who's civilized is going to stick out like a sore thumb for the better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So before you even open your mouth, it should be like, all right, yeah, this brother is civilized. But if I hear somebody screaming, blah, 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 and they be like, oh, why civilized? Like, I don't know. Like, you could be a brother who's talking about, I'll say this, right? You will hear, brother, we not a religion, we not a gang, but if the way you're interacting with everything around you is like a religious gangster, you know what I'm saying? That shows a lack of understanding. Don't how much knowledge and wisdom you have, but and it also goes to everything's a process.
A religious gangster?
Yeah, I remember hearing a story when brothers visited Allah, and they was like, he told them they still savages, purity savages. That's why they let them in there to come build with them. And one of the guys was like, I read the Quran, the Bible, I know. And he was like, y'all still savage. It takes time. You know what I'm saying? It takes time.
To clean yourself up.
Yeah. You have to internalize it. And it takes time. It's not good as soon as you get the knowledge and wisdom, you want to go around trying to tell other people what to do. It's steps and stages. It's levels and layers. And the best place to start was with yourself. That's knowledge of self. And through that, people will see. You don't have to go around barking and shouting and acting like, because a lot of times that comes from a place of lack. And right there, that's wisdom knowledge. That's the underlying idea, you know. And I always put that up. The build destroy degree. It says today's degree in the 1 to 14. Why does the devil keep our own people apart from their social equality? Because he doesn't want to know how filthy he is in all his affairs. He's afraid, right? The word afraid means full of fear. Then you take it to the build destroy degree in the 1 to 36. Because the devil put fear in him when he was a little boy. The fear that the devil put in us is the fear that he already had in him. And then he put it in us. Think about it. He was full of fear, so he put it in us. And because of that, he doesn't want us to have that social equality. He wants to keep us apart. And with that fear, when you have fear in you, you become stagnant. You're not building. You know what I mean? If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. So it's like a science to all these things. And look, see, use mathematics and degrees, and I'm still talking regular. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm talking above anybody's head. So that's a part of what the class is going to be about. Just talking how it's supposed to be. Talking to people, as the people. Talking into their heads instead of over their heads. And one of the things that in my researches and building with brothers that I think that stands out about Allah that our brothers don't talk about, he was a great listener. You know what I'm saying? So he told brothers what to do, but even in that interview, he said like, yeah, I'm like Barry. I send them out and they come like a satellite. They come and tell me everything and how y'all treating them and stuff like that. So you can't really give the people the medication for their sickness if you don't know what they need. So it goes back to just being engaging and not saying like, because you know if you're younger, you go to church, the old people, young people need to do this, young people need to do that. No, ask them why they doing what they doing. Have it in conversation with them. People don't care about what you know until they know that you care. So once they see they care, now once you do make knowledge born about certain things, they may be more open to listen to you now, as opposed to like, I'm the God, I'm this, I could tell people what to do. Because we're supposed to be service to the people. It's not supposed to be some holier than I type of this. Like we're righteous, not holy. You know what I'm saying? Right. So
you must do your own research, as I did.
If Mecca did this.